Ronnie.
And this is Reese. And this
And
is
this
Soft
is
30.
And of course, we have DJ Q.
Waves.
And we have D. Well, he's going to be in a moment. He's behind the working, and then he comes.
We almost got D. How you doing, Q?
How you doing?
Yeah, you with the lady.
Tired. I swear.
Hang up on Q now while he by himself.
Oh, we sure can. We sure can. Man bash over here.
Yeah.
But you know what? Speaking of man bash, right? So at my full-time job today, we had a fatherhood cafe, right? And one of the guys, he called me to register today. So he's like, oh yeah, I want to register for the fatherhood cafe because, we don't have that many things for fathers, da-da-da. And, he was just going on and on. And then I was like, it's probably going to be women on the meeting as well. And he got quiet. And I was like, it's a fatherhood cafe. However, we never get enough fathers. So, we open it up for any father figure that can be.
That ain't right.
That could, let me finish. That could be mother, father, aunt, uncle, grandmother, grandfather, whoever, right? And I totally agree with you and with the guy. It should absolutely be focused on men. I absolutely think that even if it's not enough registered men, that don't mean we need to let anybody else in. I agree, but my job disagrees. So I kind of have to follow the rules. I don't even like being a table host at the Fatherhood Cafe because I feel like we should have guys doing the table hosting. Like the questions are not centered around women, right? Like one of the questions we do in breakout rooms is you know what? I got my phone right here, my work phone. It's everything, geared toward men. So I just think it's totally unfair. Like one of this question is, what resources in your community have assisted you or your brother in the roles as a dad or father figure? Why we on here? Why we on here? Oh, I'm missing the mic that I clearly am trying to talk into.
We can hear you.
But yeah, why are we here? You know what I'm saying? So even for that question, like I answered and I was like, I don't consider myself a father figure. I was like, it's things that I absolutely cannot teach my daughter that a man can, tell her about men. I'm not a man, so I can't tell her about men. I can tell her my experiences with men or what a man might have told me, but I can't, I can't talk to her as a father figure, And when I was younger, I remember a lot of people used to text me on Father's Day, like, happy Father's Day, happy Father's Day. I used to get gifts and everything. But, after a while, I was kind of like, I don't want people to tell me happy Father's Day. I'm not a father. You know what I'm saying? I'm a single mother and I'm proud of that. I'm proud. I'm proud of, I was going to say taking care of her by myself, but she has another mother. So obviously I'm not taking care of her by myself, but in the eyes of the law, I'm a single mother, and that's why I say that. But, I have a whole village and she has another mother that's absolutely fucking amazing. See her 5 days a goddamn week. So, it is what it is. Anyway, but my point is, right, that me or her other mother would never be a father figure to her. We'll always be mother figures. We'll also always be another parent, but a father, we're not. And we don't try to be. Like, we're never like, yeah, we played a role as her mother and her father. Like, nah, I might have said that when I was younger, but as I got older, I was like, nah, that's not me. And that's not what I want to be. And the thing is, like, shout out to the fathers that do show up. Today we had, I think we had 8 people on our fatherhood cafe. It was 4 women and 4 men. That was actually a pretty good turnout because we had no registers up until today when we sent out the reminder, and then everybody kind of called at the last minute. So that was super exciting because we were going to cancel it. So, but some of the fathers that did come up, they were coming from work. They were picking up their, because it was at 4 o'clock. They were coming from work. They were picking up their kids from school. They were driving to work. Like, and at the end, I was like, we appreciate you dads for showing up while you're busy. Because I know that is super hard. One guy was on the metro going home from work. So we hear every 5 minutes, we hear doors opening, things like that. But he made it his duty to show up. And I appreciated it so much. And I appreciate it as a daughter and as a mother, because I sometimes I want to tell Naya to tell her dad, well, hey, show up to this parent cafe. But I know he wouldn't if he know I was on it, because he wouldn't want to hear, me trying to give him advice or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But maybe it'll be good to hear from other fathers of teenagers, other fathers of grandparents with teenagers, and just different views and different ways that can help you parent in a sense. And I'm not saying that it'll always help you, but it'll help you, kind of just brighten your horizons just a little tiny bit. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, it turned out good.
Sorry, can I just comment? I like we never did a dad cafe, but we did recently order the dad cafe cards with the questions on them. So we are going to do it, but we always have a parent cafe once a month, but it's always females. But what I like about it is that a lot of stories that you hear, and people think that they in it by themselves, and like, no, we can all relate to this same thing. And right. Even me without having kids, because I comment and stuff like that when I can comment, because some questions do not apply to me. But just to learn from other people and see how, well, maybe if you try doing it this way, and even with the fathers, when they come in there like regular, because they start coming in like a lot. And they just sit and have talk, and then sometimes the moms will talk with them, and then sometimes we'll just go out and ask questions and stuff. And just to hear everybody's story and to bounce ideas and stuff off each other, and just to have that support is really fucking great.
It is. I think you guys should absolutely, try to start a fatherhood cafe, because when we first started the Family Success Center, we of course we did parent cafes and stuff, but it was never not never, but it's not a lot of things centered around dads. So I made sure that we had the fatherhood cafe. We also launched this other thing. I didn't suggest this one, but we also have something that launched in January, and it's called Quenching a Father's Thirst. So it's every Tuesday. Of course, no one has showed up yet, but it's every Tuesday. Come out, dads. And then, sometimes we have breakfast with dads or donuts with dads, or something like that. Most of the time we don't have participation, and it kind of sucks, because then after a while they're going to be like, okay, well, we have these events and no fathers are showing up, so we got to cancel them. And replace it with something else that people are going to show up to. So it kind of sucks when they don't show up. And I remember, like, for what was the name of that? Mother's Day, we had an event, and it was so many people that showed up, and all of the guys was like, y'all don't do nothing for the fathers and da 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 da. So I was like, all right, bet for fathers, we're gonna try to do the man up closet. My boss was trying to do too. Like, we trying to launch on Father's Day and stuff. Anyway, Father's Day event come, nobody comes. I think we had one or two fathers, and then everybody else was women. So it's like, we go hard for these men cafes, these fatherhood things, and then most of the time the guys don't show up. So then I look kind of crazy, fighting to get this stuff going.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of sucks. It sucks real bad. So I don't know. It's crazy. But anyway, that was what I really want. My moral of that whole shindig that was said was that I really, really love when dads show up. If I was straight, I would probably talk to a guy that had kids if he was in his kid life. And then I ain't talking about no, weekend parent or no, full-time parent. Because I think that's very attractive. When you're a good parent, that's very, very attractive.
And actually today, one of my clients came in with his daughter and stayed all day. His daughter is 4 months. And it's rare. I mean, it was like shocking because it's rare that the mom let him see her because she's old. You know how that is. This might and you can't see it run out. And I was like, when I walked into work, I'm like, oh. And I'm like, because I call him my son. So I'm like, my grandbaby. He just started smiling when she saw me. I was like, oh. But yes, I just thought it was so fucking beautiful that he had this whole day with her. Mm-hmm. So he stayed at my job the whole day. He probably ain't know where to go or what to do with her. And he still needed some help because, you know, it's all females that work there.
But I was going to say it's okay. And I think like I kept on saying that in the cafe. It's okay to need help as a parent. We don't know what we're doing. Like your handbook for your household is for you and your kids. That's it. Yeah. My house, the way I raise Naya is not going to be the way you raise your children if you ever decide to have children, or Q if he ever decided to have children. Like it will not be raised the same way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All I can do is be like, oh yeah, I didn't do that. Or no, I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? But that's it. You know, we was in daycare for what, 10, 15 years? Like all those kids were different. I can't name two, even the siblings that were kind of like really, really alike. They were all learning in their own different way. Some of them moved fast, some of them moved slow. Some of them was like, I ain't doing it. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But ask for help if you need help. It's okay. That's what your village is for. And I think that's what we fail to realize, that that's what our village is for.
Yeah.
You know? So, and our village don't even have to be just family and friends. Like him going to the center, because he's like, all right, it's cold outside and I don't want to be in the house and I can't be outside with the baby. So the village turned into y'all success center. Yeah. Let me go here. At least I know if I don't know what to do with the baby, they gonna help me.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's good to, you know, when it can happen. That's all I was trying to say. I went on a whole rant about everything else. But anyway, trying to think how my week was. Oh, my week was, and I ain't gonna get too much into it because I ain't get into it last week, but it was a little weird, and I wasn't as emotional this week, but you bitches got me fucked up. So no, I wasn't gonna say that. No, I just you know, I realized that it ain't even about my age or nothing like that, but you know how like you just start having epiphanies like, damn, I really want to get married, or damn, you know, might have missed my opportunity to settle down type of thing. Yeah, that's how I was feeling.
Yeah,
that's how I was feeling. I mean, I ain't gonna say I missed the opportunity with a specific person, but I mean like missed the opportunity just in general because of running.
Yeah,
you know, of panicking and running. I did that a whole lot throughout the years. And you know, I kind of feel like I had it done to me. And it wasn't a good feeling. I ain't like it.
That's that karma.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is though. You know, I'm not gonna cry. I don't cry over spilled milk. You know what I'm saying? It is absolutely what it is. However, I'm good. You know?
Well, you look good.
Y'all know I'm that bitch. And I was gonna say I'm gonna stand up, but y'all ain't gonna be able to see me anyway. Cause I can't move this shit. But oh baby. And it ain't just about the looks. Beauty, brains, hard working. I'm a motherfucking catch. The fuck? Shit. It's basically like I ain't got no kid because she about to be 18. She ain't about to be 18, but y'all know what I'm saying.
Yes.
So yeah. I really don't remember what else happened this week. I swear I blinked and it was like Thursday.
You definitely did, for real.
Fast
as fuck.
But I ain't gonna complain because the weekend is almost here.
Yes.
So yeah. Oh yeah. Are y'all off on Monday, Ronnie?
Yes. Yes. It's supposed to snow anyway, so we're gonna probably would have been off anyway if it's due when it's ready.
Let me go to the grocery store. Yo, I went to the grocery store yesterday and I lost my keys in the parking lot. Somebody had turned them into the guest services. I was so mad. First of all, I went there and they didn't have any water for me. Like they had water, but not the kind of water I drink. So I was already a little irritated about that. Then we get to the car, mind you, we both get ice cream because I'm like, I'm gonna fuck this ice cream up. And I got some ice cream for my weight gain shakes. And so, man, we get back to the car, put the groceries in. Luckily, I leave my door unlocked. But we gonna put the groceries in, and I'm like, Naya, do you got the keys? She's like, nah. I'm like, oh shit. I was like, girl, I can't find the keys. So she's like, okay, don't panic. You know how calm she is. Don't panic. Everything's gonna be okay. Let's just go walk around the store. So we walk around the store. We get through the whole thing. I'm like, fuck, they not here. And so I said, let me just stop by guest services to see. And sure enough, they had it. Shout out to the person that turned in my keys. Don't know who you are, but you finna get blessed, all right? I'm telling you, mark my words. But you know, my key, like I took off, like, you know, most keys look like, you know, like the car key have the little black piece up here, right? So my key only has literally that part. That's it. And then I rigged it onto a keychain, but it was just like a green just keychain. It don't look like a keychain. The key don't look like the key. So I was really surprised that somebody actually turned that in, because I would have stepped right over it, not thinking nothing of it. I would have looked to see if it was. So now I put my pepper spray on my car keys so that way if it dropped, I can at least hear it, because that joint dropped and I had no idea. I would have been so sad. My ice cream would have melted. I would have been cold. I wasn't gonna be able to turn on the heat in the car while I wait for the locksmith.
And that would have been like 50.
It would have been like 250. And I was rushing to get back to a meeting too. So I would have missed my meeting and everything.
Ooh, thank God. Look at God. Okay.
Man, I said, woof, woof, woof. But let me, you know, I said my check-in was over, my bad. But so this morning, right, I woke up and I said, all right, I'm about to meditate. So I meditate, and then I get after I get out the shower and stuff, I made my weight gain shake, and then I was doing everything that I said I was gonna do. I set my intentions on having a very awesome day, and then shit kept happening. I wasn't mad. I will say that I wasn't mad, but I hate when shit happens that I don't want to fucking happen. And especially when I set my intention to have an awesome sauce day.
But you know, when you said it like that, you should still have a good day, regardless of what.
I did. I made sure that I was like, no, whatever happens, happen. I'ma have me a good day. So I really did have me a good day. And I got cute. I got dressed up real cute and stuff for work because I was like, I'm gonna make sure, I put on my little purple eyebrows and everything. And then I pull up to work and I said, well, let me call to see what time she gonna be to the church. Cause I knew Terrence wasn't, I knew, block out that name. I knew my boss wasn't gonna be there, but somebody normally come and let me into the church. So I'm sitting outside the church and then I call, I'm like, hey, how long before you get to the church? She's like, oh, your boss told me not to come today. I was like, you mother effer. First of all, I came straight home and took off that outfit because I'm finna recycle that motherfucker, okay? But I was mad because I'm like, bro, I could have dropped Naya off in sweatpants. Like, I got fully dressed. I was so mad. I was mad. Like, what? I got fully dressed. No.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. But anyway, I think that's it for now. How was your week, Ronnie?
My week was cool. I first of all, I just want to start off by saying that I felt sick last week before last, right? Well, like starting New Year's Day, I started feeling sick, but I ain't think nothing of it. But anyway, then I had took a COVID test on last Thursday, but it didn't come back till Monday, and that motherfucker said positive. I'm like, bitch. First of all, my COVID, if I really had it, because sometimes I don't believe that shit. Like, I've been at work and all that shit. But anyway, so I took another test and it was negative yesterday, and it came back today. But anyway, so I'm like, that shit crazy. because I don't know how many people I was around, but hopefully, nobody, got the corona. But anyway, back to the good times. um, Last week on Saturday. So sometimes I had these parties by myself. Well, actually, like a lot of the times. So I'm having a house party. I got my hookah, I got my drinks and stuff. Then sometimes at my parties, after a little while, I get bored. So then I'm like, hey, Reese, come to my party. And then what happened? Oh, my older sister and my nephew was over there having family time with Reese. Didn't even say nothing. So I'm like,
First of all, let's get this straight. My sister and my nephew was out at Dave and Buster's. Then they wanted to come and see My Little Bunny. So when they wanted to come and see My Little Bunny is when I went on ahead and told them to come on over. Anyway, I forgot that in my podcast, my bunny passed away. So let's have a moment of silence for Katara. And now I have a new bunny, and we don't know if it's a boy or girl yet. We're hoping that it's a girl. But yeah, when I got home from the podcast last week, she had passed away, and I was so sad and shocked, and I didn't know what to do. And then I ended up looking at my camera to kind of like just see what happened and stuff. And I think I have an idea of what happened, of how the bunny passed. But I was sad because, you know, the cat, the bunny, and the dog is those are my first animals that's mine. Like I've had animals growing up, but they were like everybody's. So these are like, well, me and Naya's, not just mine.
hey, it's not
But
yours.
so I was, huh?
I'm about to say the cat is not yours.
Yeah, or the bunnies, for real. Technically only the dog. But
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I was sad. I was hurt. And I was like, let me hug you. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But now we have a really cute bunny, and the other one is cute too, though. That's my baby. Aang is the boy that we have that survived. And the girl was real mean to him. So I don't know.
I wonder if he did it.
No, I looked at the camera. He didn't.
Oh, I say he pushed her. He suicide her. Funny side.
But
It's not.
yeah, no. So yeah, I forgot about that. But anyway, that's why my sister came over. And at least that sister liked to come over, because every time I invite you, you don't want to come.
You are a fibber because I come over there all the time.
No, you could think about it. You don't hardly come over here to just sit and chill. You come over if I'm like, oh, come over and get blah blah blah. Come over for a minute. Come over
Really,
and take like,
cause your old ass be in the bed, and I don't be wanting to sit in the bed with you.
why? Why?
Cause you sleepy girl, I be trying to hit the streets.
All
Yes,
right.
let's go out. Let's go out somewhere. Let's do that.
But okay, my point is, she want to come over and chill.
Well, I, you know what? All right, when I start coming over there all the time, then she gonna be like, go home, Ronnie. Like,
You got a
Tina,
key. Come on.
go home, Ronnie.
Right.
But um, but yeah, so then these heifers come to my party, right? And they dry as hell. They could have stayed home for all of that dry shit. Nobody got time for no dry bodies in the party. They ain't had no drink with me. They ain't smoked no hookah with me. Nothing. Nothing.
I did have a drink with you, didn't I?
No.
Oh.
You saying, now I gotta go back and clean up like an old ass lady. But it's okay. And then so so after that, because they left and I was bored still. So then I left and went to what's the name of that? Society? I think it's called Society up out Merlin.
In Silver
Hey,
Spring.
no, it was in Silver Spring. It was in Waldorf.
Oh, okay.
And how I just said out Merlin. Can we sound like when I say that, it sound like it's so far? Gotta go out Merlin. But yes.
What if
So,
is no matter where you're coming from?
Huh?
Waldorf is out of town, and I don't care what nobody's saying.
It is. That shit is far. Like it'll say, I think it said like 31 minutes. I felt like it was an hour.
I'll drive to Baltimore from Baltimore to DC any day, and I promise that's longer. Before I drive to, I hate driving to Waldorf. I swear to
Mhm.
goodness. Keep going.
It is the worst. So I went out there, and then it was fun. You know, we partied a bit, and then when we was leaving, so it was this girl. So I got in my car, and this girl like walked up to the side of me. First of all, before I got in there, I was at the door, and you know they be checking my IDs and stuff like that. This girl like bust out the door, like hit the little bouncer dude with the door, right? And she started throwing up, and it almost got on me, bitch. It almost, I would have fell out dead. Like, it was like that close.
You
But I
remember
was,
when I threw up on you?
huh?
You remember when I threw up on you?
Yes, and I never want to experience that again. That is trauma. I still think about that. Like when
You have
she was telling
PTSD?
me, I was thinking about she throwing up in my lap. That was disgusting.
I
But
think I was trying to tell you something, but the vomit came out.
you probably was like, I need to go to the but yeah, so anyway, so when I was leaving, this girl came over to my car. She's like, hey. So I'm like, hey, and she was cute. So I'm like, hey. And she like, what you doing? And I'm like, about to go. She like, let me in. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I let her in. So we just talked for a little bit, and then we exchanged numbers. And so I left. And so I was a little drunk, so I ended up calling no freaky stuff. I promise. I ain't lying. I ended up calling one of my ex-boyfriends that lived like close on the way to home. So then I slept over there and we slept on the couch. But anyway, so then the next day I didn't drive. So when I got home after that, I didn't drive. And we on Sunday we had went out to look for bride dresses with my cousin, and then went to brunch. That was super fucking lit. First of all, y'all need to go to the Mad Cow. Fucking love it. It's awesome. And Laurel. Yeah, shout out to them. And it's black owned and the food is good. Anyway.
Real good.
So then Monday when I get in the car, I'm driving, I'm about to go to work. And I look, I said, who the fuck left a wallet in here? I'm like, this joint cute as shit. So I grabbed it. And I'm like, who the fuck was in here? Still didn't put two and two together because I'm like, I know I drove by myself. So then I'm like, I open it. It's a whole lot of money in it. It's the ID, bank cards, all that shit. I don't know what part of Maryland this place is. I'm like, I never even heard of this shit. So I'm like, I'm not driving there. So I'm like, what was the girl name? Like, she gave me her number. What was it? So I'm like, looking through my phone and shit. Finally called her. So then she's like, no, my wallet is right here. I'm like, well, somebody wallet is in my car because you was the only one that got in it. So this girl had her cousin wallet and left it in somebody else's car.
That is so careless. I don't trust nobody with my wallet. If I lose my wallet, it's gonna be me.
Right, me, not nobody else holding it. No, and that's why I don't trust nobody with my shit. I will hold it. So then she gave the girl who wallet it was, she gave her my number. So then we met up. So then she's like, I got so many questions. And I'm like, well, what is it? She's like how? Like, she's like, I woke up at home and I looked at everything was out of my purse. And I'm like, well, your cousin, or whoever she is, maybe it's your friend, whoever, she got in my car. And I'm like, I guess she had it. So it was just crazy. And she was like, well, can we keep in touch? I mean, sure, but I'm not about to be the bag lady. Like, y'all need to get y'all shit together. Cause that's crazy. And she was like, you so nice. If it was anybody else, like, I know it would have been gone. Bitch, yes. Or at least all the money out of that wallet. Because I was counting, I see on 20s and 50s. So let me get
Did she give you anything?
No.
Oh man, see. That's why you gotta help yourself to $10. Like, nah.
Right. She probably didn't need, because when she when I gave her the bag, she just put it in the car on the seat. And she probably just didn't think the money was gonna be in there. But isn't it? Like, I'm calling you, like, I'm not gonna just take stuff out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But that was my good deed for the week, because I was like, bitch, you know what I can do with this? money right now.
Innovation
Like
money.
it's fell in my lap. And the wallet was cute. It was a Michael Kors wallet. I was like, I could just like put all of her rest of her shit in the mail and keep this. But I'm like, no, I don't want no bag. Like it's worth it. But yeah, and then the rest of my week was just work, and now I'm here. I feel like I don't think nothing else happened for real. But yeah, just working here, nothing exciting. It might be something, and I'm just not thinking about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I think about it, then I'll get back to y'all. But hey, D, how you doing?
Good. I'm good. How y'all?
Good.
We'll hear you.
Me
but
and Q was picking on him, but I ain't gonna talk about it. He wasn't on here.
oh yeah, they was talking about you. But I had your back, D.
No, she didn't.
It's all
You
good.
were
I see
funny.
what you said.
No,
but
I was saying that you sleep a lot like me.
Oh, nah, I just got tired of. But I'm here now.
Okay.
okay, before we get into your topics, Reese, I just want to say, give y'all a fact in case y'all didn't know. So, did y'all know that Maya Angelou is about to be on a quarter? The first Black lady.
Well,
Did you
the
know that?
only
You
lady.
Why
Oh,
she
I
gonna be on the?
Black
But why
lady.
she gonna be on the quarter?
Yeah, that is exciting.
But why?
No, he said, why she gonna be on the quarter?
What is? I mean, I appreciate it, and I'm celebrate it. But I want to know what is there a contribution to culture? What is it? Did they say?
OC. But when I just saw that she was gonna be on the court, I'm like, yes.
I mean, because they didn't give us Harriet Tubman yet, did they?
No, and they were supposed to
Yeah, actually, and I heard about her. It's coming way back
a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that was
Hopefully
exciting.
so.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'd be exciting for either one of them. It's a double whammy for me, Black and lady. So
Yeah.
you know, I'll appreciate it regardless.
Yeah.
Oops. Am I shaking my thing? My bad if I am. All right, so I'm gonna jump into my topic. So I saw this on, I think it was on a shade room or something. But anyway, it was like, ladies, if sex is gonna be a chore for you, why do you continue? Anyway, why do you continuously continuously push monogamy on men? Right? And it's not all women. Most women enjoy sex unless they're not having, unless they're not having sex with their boyfriend isn't pleasing them or something like that. And then maybe they just don't know how to communicate that to their man. And that's why they be saying, oh, no, no, no. But, most women enjoy sex. I don't know. I mean, that's obviously a question for heteros, but I don't know.
I agree with you, definitely. And because I was one of those who was in a relationship, but I didn't want to have sex, but I felt obligated or like it was a chore or I would have to do this because I'm in a relationship with him, but I wasn't happy. So I'm like, I didn't want to leave him because I'm hoping that things can get back better. So I didn't leave. I also didn't want to have sex with him, but I didn't want him to have sex with nobody else either. But he probably was. But if I'm happy in my relationship, oh, when you want it every day, 6 times a day, you want it on a wall or fucking count, like whatever. But like if I'm doing things to make you happy, you doing things to make me happy, and we are 100% happy. Well, I don't really know if people can be 100% happy because I feel like it's always some type of flaw or something. But happy enough to where I don't have to second guess stuff or, but all them unhappy people, that's where they come in with the the feeling obligated and all of that. But also just leave. I know it's hard. I know it'll be hard to leave sometimes because, like I said, I was there. But leave that shit. Shit. If you if this if the man ain't turning you on and he ain't making you happy, fuck that shit.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You know, don't be with somebody who's not making you happy and then feel like you're obligated to have sex with them. No, you're not even making me happy. I don't even want to be with you. I'm not going to be with you. I'm going to stop talking to you. You know,
like I'm only speaking on it because, like I said, like I was there. But it's like once upon a time we were happy,
and you
now
always think you can get back to that.
But in my head, it's like we can get back to that. So that's
were you doing anything? Were you doing anything to get back to that?
I feel like I was, and he wasn't.
What were you doing?
It was everything that he wanted me to change and do different and stuff like that. I was doing it, but he wasn't. And I'm like, how am I changing everything about myself for you and you not changing shit? And I'm still thinking like, okay, we can still get back, even though he wasn't making no steps toward getting back to that. But I keep hope alive. So I'm always like, I'm going to hope that this can change.
I guess.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like some relationships, like if they hit like a rough spot or whatever, I feel like
that's why. Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, what were y'all doing to get back? It's not just do everything he say or he do everything you say. It's like I would think it's like working on communication and stuff like that. But I don't know.
Yeah, no. And so we did that. We did that too. Like we even started like praying together because I don't normally pray by myself. So we started praying together. We started doing like different we did fasts. So like we would do a fast in a week where we wouldn't eat meat or something like that, and then pray and stuff like that. So we were trying to do things different and better and fix it and to go back, but it just didn't.
Okay. Yeah, you know, but one, like I said, you know, don't force something that you're not happy in. But two, you know, if you are having sex with your partner, whether that's male or female, you know, if you're not happy, you gotta vocalize that, or you're going to continuously have bad sex. Somebody might not know that they are bad. They won't know unless you tell them. Especially if you faking orgasms or something like that. How the hell are they supposed to know? They gonna think that you like it like that, so they're not gonna try to do anything else.
Yeah, definitely if you faking orgasms, that's crazy.
Huh?
I said definitely if you faking orgasms, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot of energy when you can get a real one.
That is a lot of energy. Nobody got time for that shit.
Like no, but I always say, even before I got in my poly situation, I've always said that you know, I think that you know, more heterosexuals should consider you know, polyamory over monogamy. And not for sexual reasons, just a lot of other reasons as well. And sex could be one, but that's not one of the ones I'm specifically talking about right now. So yeah, I think y'all should go for it. Ladies, gents, talk about it. I'm better help with it soon.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that another time. You know about another time. But yeah, so I don't know. But anyway, let me get to my second topic. So sorry, I had to open up. Oh, so it's this picture that's going around Facebook, right? And some people are on the mom side and some people are like, hell nah, she needs CPS called to her, right? So it was about a mom that had worked at McDonald's and she brought her kid there, and he was sleeping in a booth while she was working. And some people are like, well, what the fuck? Why you just ain't leave the kid at home? But the kid was young. Not young, but probably about 7, 8, something like that. So if the kid is too young to stay at home, you'd rather me leave the kid home alone or bring him to work with me and let him sit at work with me. Of course I'm on the mom side, number one, mom, dad, whoever. You gotta take your kid to work. You gotta take your kid to work. But I used to do that when I used to work at Potbelly. Naya used to come with me every single Saturday because I was at work. And then even once I met Kiki, and she once, and like I said, once I met her, once we moved in together and stuff, sometimes our schedules would be we both working at the same time. So of course, if we're both working at the same time, we don't have a babysitter. So it was easier for her to go to work with me for the simple fact that I had booths. Because at the time, her job, it wasn't going to be nowhere for my kid to sit, not nowhere where she can be seen and, sit and stuff. Like, why y'all knocking a girl?
Right.
I don't think it's that big of a deal. Take your kid to work. Now, if you do construction and you take your kid to work, that's different. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you can't do that. That's a safety hazard. Or excuse me, even I think probably almost every job I had, Naya went with me. Sometimes even when I went to school. Ronnie, you remember when you was taking IT classes and stuff? I used to bring her to school with me. And she used to sit in the back of the room, or she'll sit beside me and be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't have a sitter, I don't have a sitter. I'm not leaving my kid at home, especially even if they are mature enough to be at home by themselves and they don't want to. I'm not gonna make you. Come on.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people take their kids to work, especially like we was working at Potbelly, and like everybody had kids, and literally everybody brought their kid. If they didn't have a babysitter or they had to work the weekends and the school wasn't in or whatever the case may be, like literally even the damn store managers brought their kids. They can sit here, I can see them,
right?
Give them their laptop, their tablet, their coloring books, or whatever they want. They can eat because you got food all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And let them sit over there. That's the best. If I had a kid and I needed a babysitter and I didn't have one, they coming right to work with me.
Mm-hmm.
Right to work.
Especially now, if I had this my full-time job, if I had that back when Naya was younger, she'd have been to work with me all the time.
Yeah, I know. One of my friends, she was working. She been in the government for years, but she used to bring her daughter to work, and then she'd be like, "Sit over here, just be quiet," and up in the government buildings. You got to do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. I remember sometimes she used to send us pictures of the kid under the desk.
Yes, yes, under the damn desk. She like just go over there and be quiet. But yeah, I mean, as long as your kid not running around, crazy and disrupting you from getting your job done, I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I didn't mention that part, but I guess that is a huge factor. If you got a badass kid, you need to find a babysitter. But if your child will sit there and watch TV on their phone, or even people watch, because I used to do that, like huge people watch. You know what I'm saying? Or like all the people that's coming in and stuff. So, if they're gonna sit down calm and stuff like that, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I would absolutely not call CPS on anybody for something like that. Now, since I'm in the field that I'm in with my full-time job, I would probably be like, I might have a connect to be able to, a resource for you in case you are looking for some free or cheap childcare, or whatever. But I would, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna call CPS or something. Now, if I heard them saying, I had to leave my 5-year-old in the house by herself because I was working, then I'd probably be like, ma'am, I might actually have to call CVS on you because your kid is too young to be in the house by themselves.
But it probably is people that leave their 5 and 7 year olds.
It absolutely is. It absolutely is. And again, I ain't mad at you. You got to do what you got to do. Childcare is absolutely way too expensive.
I seen this video, and it was a dad, like he picked up his kids on weekends, but he worked on weekends. And so the video that I seen, it was a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old. and the 7-year-old like ran out of the building because it was like a street camera. And then like next thing you know, it was like fire department and stuff like that came. So while the father was at work and left the 2 kids in the house, the dog bit up and died. The little 3-year-old died because the dog ate up the baby. Mm-hmm. So I would rather take them. Well, I don't know if he could have took them to work because it was like an overnight kind of thing. And that's the thing. Like it's an overnight job. You leaving them babies in the house all that time. Mm-hmm. But the video was really sad. And I shouldn't have watched it because I read what it was before I watched it, and I watched it anyway. But it was really fucking sad. So take them babies to work with you if you can.
Yeah, I remember when we first started the cleaning company, and you know, I was doing overnight, and I used to tell y'all like, hey, you know, Naya's next door, keep an eye on her. If she call y'all, somebody just run on next door or whatever. But that's even dangerous because the whole time I would be out, I would be like, please don't let no fire start in that building. Because it's not only when, because I live in an apartment, it's different if you live in a house sometimes, but not only am I, you know, in an apartment and got to worry about her, it's other people that I have no control over too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it's like stuff like it really, really scares me. I really didn't want her to, you know, stay, but she was always like, I'm fine. They're next door, blah, blah. And, you know, of course, I'm just like, all right, I want her to be comfortable. And her home was, you know, that was her comfort zone. So, yeah, it's definitely a struggle. It's a struggle when you're a parent, you know. And even if you're still with the other parents, sometimes it's still a struggle because again, if both of y'all work at the same time, then what? Yeah. You got 3 kids, one in high school, middle school, and junior high. I mean, in elementary. What PTA meeting you going to? What baseball game you going to? You got to pick. Yeah. And people wonder why parents be going crazy. Boy, I couldn't imagine having more than one kid. I'd pull my hair out. My locks would be on the daggone floor. I'll probably be beating myself up. Y'all see my black eye? The other one would be black. I'm telling you, I no. I ain't interested. I ain't interested not one bit. No, ma'am. No, sir. Y'all can keep it. I
can't even take care of puppy and plants at the same time. My plant's dead. All of them.
Yo, I told y'all my bunny passed, but I didn't know my bunny. I think it was because I gave my bunny spinach. So apparently Google says you are not supposed to give your bunny spinach. I didn't know. I thought greens was greens. However, my bunnies like the collard greens. So that's mainly what I give them. But I decided to go ahead and give them spinach because I went to go get the collard greens and it wasn't there. So I'm like, greens is green, grab some spinach. And of course, the girl one was always bullying the boy one for more food. And I think that's what it was that actually killed her. She ate up all that food and wasn't supposed to. And so, you know, yeah, totally agree with you. My point was I got 4 animals and a kid. I don't want no more. Mm-hmm. I don't want nothing else. If I try to go somewhere overnight, I got to find a babysitter for the bunnies. The cat will be all right. But the bunnies got to get fed twice a day. My cat, she don't eat that much. That's why I say that. Peter, don't get me. But yeah, so it's parents, yeah. My hat's off to y'all if you got more than one child. And if you got one child and you're still struggling, you are not alone. I struggle every day. I read a post that I had posted on Facebook a year ago. You know, they show you memories, and it was like sometimes I think that my parenting is off, but then sometimes I think that my child just don't know how to child. And I was like, yeah, that's it. It ain't me. It's these kids, parents. It ain't you. No, I'm playing. Sometimes it do be y'all. But you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. So yeah, man. I don't know. But we gonna make it. I think each generation, and since you know, in each Black generation, I think we have been getting better and better. A lot of folk are like, you know, this generation, every generation, this generation ain't got no hope. This generation ain't got no hope. Y'all ain't have no motherfucking hope. Y'all was doing the same shit we was doing, except it wasn't no social media to prove what was going on.
is true.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it was more family oriented, but it was also I don't know. I guess it was more
Yeah.
unity back
You
then,
know,
but I think we're getting back to it.
I think so too. But you know how the older people be talking about the music, the young music and all that, but you listen to them old nasty songs.
Uh-huh.
That's why they be having all
And I seen videos of y'all popping y'all coochies in the 60s and 70s and 50s.
Yeah, I saw it too.
You was just popping your coochie in a church dress. Because that's what y'all wore. But that don't mean that y'all wasn't popping the coochies.
Yeah.
But, so but yeah, I absolutely think we are getting better. I think Naya's generation is definitely going to be a lot of successful stories, a lot of first-time college graduates or business owners, and you know, more success. I really, really do. I really do. You know, y'all know I brag about my baby all the time. I don't know what she's gonna do when she's an adult. I don't know. She's a very good artist. She wants to become a mathematician. She's a very good cook. Like, I don't know when the last time I like really cooked dinner. Now I might make us some lunch or some breakfast, but she be doing that most of the time too. Really good cook. All she needs is some ingredients. You know what I'm like she. So it's like I feel like the possibilities for the generation before, I mean, under us, is just like really good. And I think my generation, we're really, really trying hard to make sure that our kids don't be like us. We really are. So I think, you know, we, you know, it's gonna be in the up and up. A lot of wealthy, a lot of wealth.
A lot of the knowledge that we have now, and I see it with you, I see it with some of our friends and stuff, like we have more knowledge now than we did back then. So I see y'all putting that on y'all kids and have them set up like they starting off young. Like when Naya started doing paintings and cooking and makeup and all that stuff, she was young doing that stuff. She didn't even never took a nail class, and she fucking bombed with it. Like
and that makeup.
Yeah, and I see like a lot of kids that start off at like 9, 8, 9, 10, doing like great talent, and some of them got like little businesses and stuff now.
Yeah,
and some of them started and didn't, you know, started, stop. But the point is, when I was 8 and 9, think about no business and shit. So yes, they're more business minded. I think it's going to be great with them.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And, you know, I'm excited. You know, as much as I say I don't want to have more kids, I'm excited to see how Naya future is. And, you know, I'll be excited once she get married and give me a grandbaby at a older age.
Amen.
I ain't trying to be no young grandmother. It's a no for me. But yeah, it's, I don't know. I really get excited thinking about her future. And I just, you know, pray that I'm around to witness it here in person.
When I was talking to my therapist on Monday, he always asks me every now and then, do I want kids? I'm like, my answer is not going to change. I'm like, no. He was like, never. I'm like, no. I said, if they gonna come out like my niece, I don't want them. And what's the chances of that? Slim to none. Slim to none. That is fucking rare, okay?
I used to say I was gonna carry your baby for you, but I said before 30. It took too long.
It is fine because I ain't ready for it, and they might not be like Naya. So I mean, shit, I don't know.
I think that's why I'm afraid to have another child, because if the child isn't like Naya, I don't want to actually, you know, I don't want to slip up and say something like Naya didn't do that, or Naya wasn't like that when she was that age. Like that real life, like that make kids resent each other and everything. And I don't want to do that. And then the fact that I used to cry talking about having more kids. That's how passionate I was about not having more kids. And then the pandemic kind of just made it put the icing on the cake. Imagine having to go lock back down and I'm trying to help a 4-year-old in school online while I'm still working. And I work all of my jobs with the public. So it's not like I'm even get to be home. I'm gonna have to pay somebody to be here or something.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I just want to say I be mad as shit when I be saying people like, "Oh yeah, shut the world down. Let's get these stimulus checks." No, that shit pisses me off because I don't get shut down, bitch. I'm still working.
Yeah.
Breaks. The fuck?
Not at all.
That is not fair. Hey, I got a joke though. If you finish.
I'm done. You can tell your joke.
Okay, are y'all ready? This is super fucking funny. Okay, so why don't eggs tell jokes?
Why don't it? Is it a person?
Eggs.
Eggs. Why
Can't
don't?
crack.
Because
Something about cracking a joke.
It's sorta.
because they gonna have you cracking up.
Sorta.
Because
They
they gonna
don't tell
crack up.
jokes, they crack jokes.
Nope. Y'all close, but y'all didn't get the right wording. But they'll crack each other up.
It's funny. I like it.
Yes. I love it. I'm a comedian on my part-time.
You are.
But yes, until next time, I'll have another joke next week.
Okay, good. I've been missing your jokes the last couple weeks.
Yes, me too. I was feeling funny today. So yes. All right. We're gonna check out. But yes, make sure y'all go like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And we will see y'all next time.
What episode we at? 110?
210.
Oh,
What the fuck you mean?
I don't know. I probably meant to.
Say numbers all every week and then she still forget.
I do. It's something wrong with me.
You can't, oh girl.
I know. It's ridiculous.
It's the hard
Anyway.
30 for me. Okay. See y'all.
Yeah, we checking out. Peace, love, and positivity, y'all.